Welcome back to your live continuing coverage of Toy Fair 2015, your official Toy Fair coverage with the Toy Industry Association on BeTerrific. I'm Michael Artsis. Our next guest is Shannon Varcoe.
Hi.
Shannon, how you doing?
I'm doing great. It's
Excellent.
so much fun to be here.
It's great to have you here. You're from
Thank
Lehigh
you.
University. You're a
Yes.
senior. You're
Yes.
in their maker program, right? You're making stuff. You're inventing stuff. You've got an invention that's wooden. It's blocks. It's for children with ADD, ADHD. Help them stay
Yes.
focused. We're not going to go too in depth on that because you're still working on the IP.
Yes.
Okay. Tell me what you can tell me.
So I'm a student at Lehigh, like you said,
Yep.
mechanical engineering and product design double major in the Ideas program,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm also an entrepreneurship minor through the Baker Institute. And I have always wanted to design products, and then have been really involved in babysitting as a growing up, and love working with kids. So building toys and designing toys really seems like a great fit for me. And so my sophomore year in college came up with this idea for a toy, and the ADD, ADHD market was something that I'm interested in learning more about, and learning about how those children play and what kind of toys we can use to help.
Did you have
work with them.
ADHD or ADD?
Never diagnosed.
How about brothers or sisters?
I'm a cousin, and I've just worked with different children growing up about it. Yeah.
I did. I
Okay.
do. I guess I do.
Okay.
And so I imagine, and just tell me if I'm on the right track, because I don't want to screw your thing up. It's
No.
got to be a toy you can do 12 things at once with. Like, this is why I'm
Yep.
good at typing, talking to the chat room, all this stuff.
So
Is
it's
that
not
it?
necessarily about doing 12 different things at once, but it's about focusing the mind to maybe work on one thing at a time, and
Yeah.
being able to focus your mind wanting to go at 12 things at once on that one thing.
I'm sorry,
and
what'd you
being-
say? I was busy checking the chat room. No, I'm just kidding. I understand exactly what you're saying. But I think it's so brilliant that I can do that. I can listen to you and check
Absolutely.
the chat room and write intelligent things and do all these things. But also, I do have this ability to hyper-focus, literally to the point where you could be tapping me on the shoulder, maybe with a baseball bat, and I wouldn't even notice.
Absolutely, I'm the exact same way.
Yeah.
And so that's something that can be harnessed in children,
Yeah.
especially that are that way, and create things and have them create things because of that hyper focus.
Yeah.
And I mean, I'm still like that. Being here at Toy Fair, it's so stimulating. There's so many things going on. How do you even know where to start?
That's the trouble I
So-
get into, especially when I come here or when I go to Home Depot. I'm like,
I know.
oh, I need that.
Get in
I
the
need
candy
that.
store. It's a real issue.
Yeah, except at least at Home Depot, I usually never walk out with anything because I think I need everything, but and then I remember, oh right, I can't do anything with any of these tools. But here
Right.
I'm in trouble because I'm already like, gotta have that. It's a good thing they don't sell anything here.
Yeah,
It's
I was
just-
going to say
yeah.
the same thing.
Right.
It's so fun to be able to look at everything because I can't buy any of it quite yet.
Right,
so.
exactly. So what do you think of Toy Fair? It's got to be a great experience, especially for somebody who's a creator and inventor like you, to get the experience, especially from the entrepreneurial side, right?
Absolutely. So entrepreneurship is something I'm extremely passionate about, and within the toy industry, it's so exciting to talk to the bigger brands here, but also to be able to talk to those, startup companies in the toy field as well.
Because you are a startup, right?
Yes.
So I've got to ask you what you would want to ask entrepreneurs. Like, I mean, I guess I'm an entrepreneur. What would you want to ask me? What would you want to ask
Sure.
other people who are entrepreneurs who are here? What from information to get out of them for you? I always say, I had a baseball coach in middle school, Coach Fisher, and he
Okay.
would say, he played minor league baseball, and he said the thing that he took away from his baseball career was that his coach told him to always pick everybody's brain and get the most out of them.
Absolutely.
And to get every piece of information. So what are you going to ask entrepreneurs?
So from, like I said, the Baker Institute at Lehigh, I've learned that passion is the number one thing with entrepreneurs. So being able to understand someone's passion for why they're doing what they're doing tells me the most, because people love to talk about themselves and why they are where they are and where they are where they are. And so asking people about their journey and what got them to Toy Fair today has been the most informative thing for me, because I get to understand where their passions lie. Is that something that I see in myself? And being able to kind of follow them through their journey to describe mine too.
I think that's very interesting. And so have you heard good stories yet?
I have. I mean, it's just really interesting with the different technologies that are out here. I mean, my toy is wooden, so being able to talk to a lot of people in that area of toys is great. But I'm also, like I said, a mechanical engineer. I get to totally nerd out with some of the people that are doing these really high-tech toys, which is getting my mind rolling in ways that I can add that to my product in a different way.
Could you
So-
see, I mean, we talk about the convergence of digital a lot. Could you
Yes.
see wooden toys with digital,
I can't see why not.
but they're wooden?
But they're wooden, but you can add different components to them. You can have kids work with apps with them. There's so many different ways.
Do you mill these things?
Yeah, so all the ones I've made myself in the wood shop.
Wow.
Yeah.
You have hands that are all chewed up by a saw or
not
something?
Quite.
No,
Not yet.
And
still have all 10.
wow, that's impressive. The wooden toys are making a huge comeback in general, and I think that's cool. I think a lot of it's like the BPA plastic and all that stuff, and like, well, wooden toys are safe, so let's let our kids play with wood.
And it's back to the basics, the classics. A lot of wooden toys and toys in general started out as wood. So being able to get that same feel, tactileness of
What was your
holding a
favorite
wooden
toy as a kid?
Ooh, anything that was open-ended. So I really loved Marble Works was one of my favorites because there was no instruction manual, which is something that I hold true with my toy as well, that you could build and create.
You have no instruction manual? I love that.
No
Thank
instruction
you.
manual.
Thank
love
you,
it.
because I've never paid attention to an instruction manual. In fact,
me either. Take it out, first thing I throw out.
when I got my first job on TV, I went back to the college store with all the books, all still in the wrapping.
Yes.
And sold them back.
There you
like,
go.
oh, I would like to make a return. No, I didn't sell them like a normal kid would sell them as used books.
Right.
It's like, yeah, these never got used. I'd like to return them.
Back.
And they were like, sure.
There
Seriously.
you go.
Yeah.
There you go.
Worked out well. I don't read instruction manuals. I don't know.
Yep.
Or college books, I guess.
There you go.
What are you most impressed about by Toy Fair?
I think just the sheer impact that it has on. I mean, you walk in, and it's just so overwhelming, but in the best way possible. And so I think just seeing so many people passionate about what they're doing, and like I said, I think seeing those startup companies that are growing is something that's really impactful for me.
So when do you start your company? When do you make it official, start making money? Let's print some money, baby.
Yeah, I know. So there's still a lot of work to do, and I'm feeling that even more after this weekend. I have so much to learn.
So
and so much
do you have to raise
so
money, or you think you can do this off of what you've put together somehow?
I'm considering a Kickstarter campaign.
Yeah.
Some of my friends who I know have been on the show and will be on the show have done that and been successful in that, and so I'm looking into that as well.
The issue with Kickstarter, I think, is that unless you have a great publicist, it's really hard to make the Kickstarter go, because how do you stand out from any other product that's there?
Right.
And so that's the dirty secret of Kickstarter. You still have to spend money with a publicist, although, and I believe fully in spending money with publicity, but if you don't do that, it's going to be really hard to get attention, then you're going to fail. And then I think it makes it, to me, in my mind, really hard to go to an investor and say, hey, look, I'd like you to invest in this company. Yeah, but you went on Kickstarter and nobody bought.
Yeah, I mean, and I guess that is something that can happen with Kickstarter, but it's worth a shot. You won't know until you try.
Yeah,
so.
There you go. That's the attitude. That's the entrepreneurial spirit. You got nothing to lose, right?
Thank you, yeah.
And don't take no for an answer. See, that's one crazy guy just threw out a stupid idea, and you just shot it right down.
Well.
Right. There you go. So Kickstarter it is.
Yes.
Can we help you promote it when you do it?
That'd be awesome.
Would that be okay?
That'd be great.
Yeah, but we're going to have to see the toy then.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then you're going to
I'll keep working on the IP. For that.
There you go. Yeah. You got to talk to lawyers. Oh my God. All this is.
There's a lot of work.
Does the school help you? Because
Absolutely.
This is going to cost money.
I mean, you just had Alita on. She's been an incredible resource. She knows so much. I mean, it's
and she gives back a lot. She's an extraordinary woman.
Yeah, I mean, she gives back to Lehigh. Yeah. I'm so grateful I'm here because of her and because of Lehigh.
And Lehigh's a great school.
Oh, incredible.
Great.
I cannot say enough great things about it.
I wasn't even smart enough to go to Lehigh.
Like I said, I cannot say enough great things about
So you're
Lehigh
raised in school,
and
in high school. What were you like? You were probably a 4.0 student to get into Lehigh. Maybe 3.8, 3.9?
Here and there, but I mean, with entrepreneurship, it wasn't, for me, it's not always about the grades, it's about the things that I'm doing.
Yeah, but Lehigh had to be like, hey, to get in here, you have to have good grades.
Yeah, work hard.
SAT scores had to be good?
Yep.
Yeah. Or you have to take the ACT. That's the new trick, right?
Yeah,
they take the ACT. They're like,
I think I might have done better on the SAT. That was a long time ago.
Yeah.
I don't remember.
A long time ago. You're like 4 years
a
out
lot's
of high
happened since
school.
then.
Yeah.
When you're in high school, you worry so much about the SAT until you get into college and you realize it wasn't a big deal.
Were you entrepreneurial in high school? Did you try and create businesses then? Were you always
I actually
thinking?
didn't. I mean, I was always a leader.
Yeah.
And so at Lehigh, found entrepreneurship being the intersection of my leadership skills, my creativity, and all of those things came together, and I only really learned what entrepreneurship was because of Lehigh.
Excellent. You having a lot of fun?
So much fun.
All right, before we let you go, let's race a little.
All right.
Let's see. All right, here we go. I think I'm the red and white car, you're the blue car. On the count of 3. 1, hold on, 2, 3. We both got stuck on the jump.
No.
Maybe Dippin can help us get back on the track. I forgot to tell you, we got to give it gas to get over the jump.
Oh, okay.
You can't be afraid of that, but then you can't give it too much gas or you crash into the wall.
Ooh.
Oh, now we're doing good. Uh-oh, I might have to overtake you here. Oh! Ah! All right, that's the Scale Electric slot cars. Love them. Have a lot of fun
Great.
with them. You were a lot of fun. I hope
Thank
you're
you.
having a lot of fun, but more importantly,
much
learning
fun.
a lot.
So much. It's
Your story is
unbelievable.
cool. Thank you for
Thank you
sharing
so
it.
much.
It is inspiring to our audience.
Thank you.
And,
Thanks
and
for
that's
having
what we
me.
do on BeTerrific is tell inspiring stories.
Great.
You're welcome, and it's glad. I'm glad to have you. It's great to have you.
Thank you.
All right, that's
Appreciate it.
Shannon. I'm Michael. This is BeTerrific, and your official live coverage of Toy Fair 2015 from the Jacob K. Javits Center in New York City. And guess what? Apparently we're running long today. I think we've got more to do, so we'll be back right after this.